Hello, good morning, and welcome to all of you. This is Rajesh Kumar Singhal, and I am here to present a new lecture on the chilling stress. So, friends, last few lectures we are discussing the abiotic stresses. Abiotic stresses. So, we had discussed the drought stress. Then we have discussed the salinity stress. Now we are going to discuss about the cold stress. So friend, this is also one of the abiotic stress, and this stress also affect the plant growth and development. So in this lecture we will discuss about the different facts of the chilling stress, that what is chilling stress. Then we will discuss the some visual symptoms of the chilling stress, means how we can differentiate chilling stress from the other stresses. Then we will discuss about the mechanism of chilling injury. Then we will discuss about the membrane fluidity, because the high temperature and low temperature affect on the fluidity of the membranes. Then we will discuss the different tolerance mechanism. Then we will discuss the signaling mechanism. Okay. So we will discuss so many factors or mechanism or the responses of the chilling stresses. So friends, let's start our discussion with the what is chilling stress or what is cold stress. So this is a simple definitions, that this is the species which are damaged at a temperature above the freezing point of the tissue, what lower than the 15 degrees centigrade, known as chilling temperatures. Okay, so in this line we are discussing the chilling temperature. Okay, so chilling temperature आपका क्या है? This is more than 0 degree centigrade. Okay, and what is freezing temperature? Okay, this is less than 0 degree centigrade. So it is 0 to 15 degree centigrade. This is less than 0 degree centigrade. Okay, so the species which are damaged in between the 0 to 15 degree centigrade, okay, known as chilling stress, and the species which are damaged when the temperature go beyond the 0 degree centigrade, known as freezing stress. Okay, freezing stress or chilling injury और द फ्रीजिंग इंजरी. तो जो आपका चिलिंग टेम्परेचर और फ्रीजिंग स्ट्रेस से जो डैमेज हो रहा है, दैट इज नोन एज चिलिंग इंजरी और फ्रीजिंग इंजरी. क्लियर? दैट इज वेरी क्लियर. ओके, नाउ सेकंड डेफिनेशन, व्हाट इज कोल्ड रेसिस्टेंस. ओके, सो दिस इज ए एबिलिटी of a plant in a vegetative state to survive the action of chilling temperature without harm to the future growth and development. तो अदर स्ट्रेस की तरह इसकी भी डेफिनेशन है, लाइक वी हैव डिफाइंड द कोल्ड ड्रॉट एंड साइलेंट स्ट्रेस. कोल्ड स्ट्रेस इज आल्सो द ability of the plant which can survive and can be improve their growth and development at chilling temperature. मीन्स आपके चिलिंग टेम्परेचर पर भी अगर प्लांट अच्छी तरीके से ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट एंड शोइंग द हेल्थी वेजिटेटिव स्टेट नोन एज कोल्ड रेसिस्टेंस। ओके, क्लियर हो गया। थर्ड पॉइंट, प्लांट विच हैव द विजुअल इंजरीज एट टेम्परेचर above 15 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड इज कॉल्ड टू वेरी सेंसिटिव टू द चिलिंग। ठीक है, तो प्लांट विच आल्सो शो द visual symptoms। okay, next slide we will discuss some visual symptoms of the cold stress। means अगर आपके प्लांट 15 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड से ऊपर भी अगर आपका कोल्ड इंजरी शो हो रहा है, then these plants are the very sensitive to the cold stress। okay, fourth, chilling temperature effect on plants in temperate climate lead to a reduction or complete failure due to direct damage or the delayed maturation। okay, so you know friends, there are so many climatic condition and one of them is the temperate condition where temperature is very less। okay, so at these conditions it cause the reduction or the complete failure of the crop growth and development by the direct damage, means directly affect the growth and development, or they can delay the maturation। okay, ठीक है, so this is a basics of the cold stress, that what is cold stress and what is cold tolerance and how they are affect the plant growth and development। now come to the visual symptoms of the chilling injury। so friends, you know that every stress have their effect on the plant growth and development। so like this, chilling stress is also have so many symptoms on the plants and the fruits। okay, so we can see, like first is the pitting। so what is pitting? Pitting means it cause the sunken lesions। okay, so it cause the collapsing of the cell wall tissues। okay, तो आपके जो क्या है, पिट पियर जो फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है सेल वॉल्स के in between the cell walls, they are distorted or they are degraded। okay, so आपको क्या हो जाएगा, संकन फिटिंग हो जाएगा। ठीक है, then रजेटिंग। रजेटिंग क्या होता है? this is the case of rejecting, means in this there will be a abnormality in the fruit skins। मीन्स आपकी जो फ्रूट स्किन है वो डर्टी या फिर जो अट्रैक्टिव नहीं रहेगी। ठीक है, दिस इज कॉल्ड रजेटिंग। देन लीफ एंड हाइपोकोटाइल बिल्टिंग, मीन्स देयर विल बी ए डिस्टॉर्टेड ग्रोथ ऑफ द लीफ एंड द हाइपोकोटाइल्स। ओके, आपके प्लांट छोटे छोटे रह जाएंगे। ठीक, देन रप्चर ऑफ द चिल्ड टिश्यू, मीन्स देयर विल बी ए रप्चरिंग ऑफ द चिल्ड टिश्यू, मीन्स डैमेज। आपका जो चिल्ड टिश्यू है वो आपका डैमेज हो जाएगा, स्किन कह सकते हो या फिर आपका जो टिश्यू है वो। देन लेंथनिंग ऑफ द ग्रोथ साइकिल्स, जो आपका वेजिटेटिव टू रिप्रोडक्टिव टू मैच्योरिटी जो फेज है दैट इज इंक्रीज्ड। ओके, ये हो गए आपके 5 सिम्टम। 6 सिम्टम, वाटर सॉक्ड लेसाइन्स। ठीक है, तो आपकी जो लीव्स है या फिर फ्रूट्स है उन पर आपके वाटर सॉक्ड लेसाइन्स, these are also visual symptoms। then cuticle blistering, आपकी जो क्यूटिकल है वो आपकी ब्लिस्टर्ड हो जाएगी। then discoloration of leaves। okay, then uneven ripening। okay, then the differentiation of cells is also delayed। okay, next deterioration of the fruit structure and the flavor, जो आपका फ्रूट का स्ट्रक्चर है सरफेस और जो फ्लेवर है दैट इज lost। then at severe condition it cause the necrosis of leaf, means completely dying of the leaf। then surface lesions, okay, then shriveling of tissue, मीन्स आपका जो सर्दी में है वो आपका सिकुड़ जाएगा, टिश्यू है, shriveling of the tissues, then blackening of the seeds, जो आपके सीड्स है that is color change in the color, then drying of the lip tips, जो आपके लिप टिप्स है वो आपके ड्राई होने लगेंगे, then at severe condition necrosis for the plant death, okay, then delayed the development, okay, जो आपका डेवलपमेंटल फेज है वो आपकी डिलेड हो जाएगी, accelerated the senescence, जो आपका senescence है that is also increased, आपका जो shortage storage period है that is decreased, okay, also reduction in the seed fillings. So friends, there are so many effects of the chilling stress. So you can see also in some exams like MCQ they can ask that pitting, cluster, cuticle blistering, budgeting or the hypoglossal wilting are the visual symptom of which stress? तो आंसर जाएगा आपका cold stress. Okay, so you have to remember these traits, visual symptoms like pitting, budgeting, hypoglossal wilting, rupturing of chill tissue, lengthening of growth cycle, water soaked lesion, cuticle blistering, discoloration of leaves, uneven ripening, differentiation delay, deterioration of fruit structure and flavor, leaf necrosis, surface signs, shriveling of tissue, seed blackening, drying of leaf tip, plant death, delayed development, accelerated senescence, shortened storage, seed filling reduce. अगर आपको मेंस में क्वेश्चन पूछे कि व्हाट इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ द चिलिंग इंजरी ऑन द प्लांट ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट, तो आप इसमें ये लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है. सो दिस इज आल्सो वेरी क्लियर. नाउ कम टू द मैकेनिज्म of the chilling injury. Okay, so what is the mechanism of chilling injury? So friends, there is there two types of mechanism. So this is previous one and this is a advanced mechanism, like that when there will be a chilling stress in the plants, it cause the disorder in the water status. अब disorder क्यों हुआ है? Because it affect the root architecture, okay, also at low temperature absorption and transportation of water is reduced, okay. So there will be a disorder in the water status of the plant cells, which cause the wilting of the aerial organ. Okay, so when there will be a less absorption of water, it decreases. It cause the wilting of the shoot and the leaf tissues. Okay, then there will be a disorganization of cytoplasmic structure, that is microtubules or the filaments. Okay, so these are the components which make the cytoplasmic structure, which is also disorganized under the low temperature. Also there will be a change in the protoplasmic viscosity, means flow of the cytoplasmic streaming. So cytoplasmic streaming is also reduced, क्योंकि जो आपका सॉल्यूशन है लो टेम्परेचर पर क्या हो गया है, उसका जो फ्लो है दैट इज आल्सो रिड्यूस, which cause the and cytoplasmic streaming is responsible for the exchange of the nutrient, ions, hormones and metabolites in the cells. Okay, so which cause the metabolic disorder, and when there will be a imbalance in the nutrient homeostasis, it cause the plant death. Okay, and so this is the first strategy of the mechanism of chilling injury. Now come to the second strategy, So same, when there will be a chilling stress, it causes the increased concentration of the free cytosolic calcium ions. Okay, and also it causes the chilling stress cause the occurrence of oxidative stress. So friends, last lecture of the antioxidant enzymes, we have discussed that oxidative stress is one of the common stress which occurs in the biotic and abiotic stress, where formation of several reactive oxygen species. So there will be a occurrence of the oxidative stress which cause the stop or which stop the cytoplasmic streaming, and when there will be a decrease in the cytoplasmic streaming, it also affect the subcellular structure and also affect the reduction in the calcium ATPase activity, and which also increase the damage. Okay, so friend, these two are the chilling mechanism. सो वेरी सिंपल मैकेनिज्म है कि जो आपका चिलिंग स्ट्रेस होगा मेनली उससे वाटर, जैसे पहली मैकेनिज्म में वाटर स्ट्रेस इफेक्ट हुआ और उसके अलावा आपका साइटोप्लाज्मिक स्ट्रक्चर डिसऑर्गेनाइज हुआ, तो दे कॉज द बिल्डिंग ऑफ एरियल ऑर्गन, आल्सो चेंज इन प्रोटोप्लाज्मिक विस्कोसिटी फॉर द मेटाबॉलिक डिसऑर्डर. Here also there will be an increase in calcium and increase in reactive oxygen species which cause the oxidative stress and reduce the cytoplasmic streaming which affect the subcellular structures and finally cause the calcium ATPase activity which cause the metabolic disorder and increase the damage. So friends, these are the mechanism of chilling injury. Now come to the next point, that is the cytoplasmic change. So in ARS maths, this question can be asked that what are the changes, cytoplasmic changes occurs during the chilling stress. So there are some changes, like first is the loss of compartmentalization. So friends, you know that under cell, in the cells, there are so many compartments where the cell organelles are there. So when there will be chilling stress, it causes the loss of compartmentalization because it affects the cytoskeleton structures. Okay, then swelling and rupture of the plasma membrane. तो सेकंड सिम्टम आपका क्या हो गया? स्वेलिंग एंड द रप्चर ऑफ द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन्स. ओके, थर्ड डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम एंड चेंज इन द गोल्जी एपरेटस. ओके, देन वेसिकुलेशन ऑफ मेम्ब्रेन मींस vesiculation is increased. Then there will be a change in the mitochondria. So what changes occurs in the mitochondria? First, swelling. Second, degeneration of matrix. Then cristae, जो आपके क्रिस्टा है that are sorted. Decrease in the cristae नंबर से वो आपके डिक्रीज हो जाएंगे. Reduction in the photo-oxidative phosphorylation. So there are number of changes occurs in the mitochondria. Also already discussed that there will be a decrease in the cytoplasmic streaming. Then in chloroplast there will be a change, disturbance in the prolaminar plastids, means जो आपका precursor है plastid का, that is also affected. Swelling, destruction of chloroplast membranes, जो आपकी chloroplast membrane that is also restricted. Decrease in the ribosomes number, जो आपके ribosomes number है that is also decreased. Disappearance in the starch grains and accumulation of lipid bodies. So these are the changes occurs in the chloroplast. Other than this, there will be a shift in the intercellular pH, क्योंकि लास्ट स्लाइड में हमने डिस्कस किया कि कैल्शियम ATPase एंजाइम पंप इज चेंजेस, मीन्स आपका कैल्शियम और आयन होम्योस्टेटिस चेंज हो जाएगा तो आपकी पीएच भी चेंज हो जाएगी, क्योंकि आप में इसमें मेटाबॉलिक डिसऑर्डर हो रहा है. इंक्रीज सेल मेम्ब्रेन परमेबिलिटी मीन्स लॉस ऑफ सेल मेम्ब्रेन ट्री. देन डिक्रीज एटीपी फॉस्फोराइलेशन, आपका एटीपी फॉर्मेशन भी डिक्रीज हो जाएगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि रिडक्शन इन ऑक्सीडेटिव फॉस्फोराइलेशन हो रहा है. डिक्रीज नाइट्रेट रिडक्टेज, जो आपका एंजाइम है नाइट्रेट रिडक्टेज, दैट इज आल्सो डिक्रीज, मीन्स आपका जो नाइट्रोजन रिलेटेड जैसे नाइट्रोजन यूज एफिशिएंसी, नाइट्रोजन अपटेक, नाइट्रोजन कन्वर्सन, दैट इज आल्सो अफेक्टेड. एमिनो एसिड्स इज आल्सो reduced, proteins also reduced, Organic phosphate is also reduced, but increase in the inorganic phosphate. Okay, क्योंकि एटीपी आपका जब लेस हो गया तो वो ब्रेक डाउन हो जा रहा है आपका इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट। डिस्कस कर चुके हैं ऑलरेडी, एंड दिस इज द रिपीटेशन। देन फोटो इनिवेशन, फोटो ऑक्सीडेशन एंड इंक्रीज द सोल्यूबल sugars. Decrease mitotic index means cells which undergo for the mitosis is also reduced, means आपका सेल डिवीजन है that is also reduced. So सेल डिवीजन रिड्यूस हो जाएगा, नंबर ऑफ सेल्स जो आपका है that is also reduced. Decline in the root absorption and transportation, that is also discussed in the last slides. Decrease mitotic index, reduce ability of closing stomata. Okay, तो जो आपका स्टोमाटा मूवमेंट है that is also changed. So friends, in this slide we can say that chilling stress causes the number of changes at the cell level, means loss of compartmentalization, change in the swelling and rupturing of plasma membrane, destruction of endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, change, so many changes in the mitochondria, chloroplast, also changes in the enzymes, nitrogen, mineral nutrients, ATP, photo inhibition, decreased root absorption, mitotic index, stomata movements. So there are so many changes occurs in the this chilling stress. Now come to the membrane fluidity, that how this cold stress affect the membrane fluidity. Okay, so friends, you know that cell membrane is made up of lipids and the proteins. Okay, and lipids, there are two types of lipids, saturated and unsaturated. This unsaturated have double and triple bonds. Okay, so lipid containing more saturated fatty acids solidify faster than UFA, means unsaturated fatty acids. Okay, means if a plant seed or fruit have more saturated fatty acid, then it solidify faster, means it is you can say sensitive to the chilling. Okay, fast. And this is the transition temperature, when a membrane change from a semi-fluid state into semi-crystalline state, means this is a temperature or transition phase where the membrane fluid changes from the semi-fluid condition to the semi-crystalline state. Okay, then third point is the relative proportion of fatty acid determine the fluidity of membranes. Already decided that if there will be a more unsaturated fatty acid, then there will be a more fluidity. And cold sensitive plant have higher proportion of saturated fatty acids. Already discussed that if there will be a plant which have more saturated fatty acid, then it is cold sensitive. Okay, means cold sensitive plant have higher transition temperatures, means to convert solid to the fluid structure they require more temperatures because they solidify faster. Okay, then cold tolerance plant have lower transition temperature, means at low temperature they converted into the semi-fluid state and they contain high polyunsaturated fatty acids. Okay, and chilling of plant cause degradation of galactophospholipid result into the increased free fatty acid. FFA means free fatty acids. Okay, so chilling stress में क्या होगा, आपका galactolipid और phospholipid जो membranes में होता है that is converted into the free fatty acids, so it increase the saturated fatty acids. तो आपका क्लियर है. एंड द टेम्परेचर स्ट्रेस, जब हम हीट स्ट्रेस में डिस्कस करेंगे तो हीट स्ट्रेस में चिलिंग स्ट्रेस के टोटली अपोजिट होगा. ओके, So this is very clear, means chilling stress plants have higher saturated fatty acids and high transition temperature. Okay, तो ये दो चीज आपकी रिमेंबर करनी थी. Now come to the way to improve chilling stress or chilling tolerance, means how we can increase the chilling sensitivity or chilling tolerance in the plants. So friends, there are so many mechanisms in the plants, like first one is the low temperature hardening. Okay, so you know that what is hardening. So if we transfer the plant into the low temperature, then there will be a synthesis of some proteins like stress proteins, which can increase the chilling tolerance. Okay, or low temperature tolerance. Then thermal conditioning. Okay, means this is also known as pre-conditioning. मीन्स आपने इसमें सीड्स को या पहले ही उसमें थर्मल कंडीशनिंग, मीन्स दे केप्ट ऑन द लो टेम्परेचर. देन इंटरमीडिएट बार्निंग, मीन्स ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्लांट फ्रॉम द लो टेम्परेचर, हाई टेम्परेचर, लो टेम्परेचर. मीन्स इंटरमीडिएट बार्निंग, इफ यू विल डू इट, देयर विल बी अ सिंथेसिस ऑफ some genes, mRNAs and the proteins related to the chilling stress. Also low temperature hardening already. Acclimation to the low temperatures. Okay, so these are the some mechanism. Also we can use the application of some chemical compounds like choline, proline, polyamines, glycine, betaines. So these compounds also have important role in providing cold stress tolerance. Okay, also there will be use of some synthetic growth regulators. Okay, like paclobutazoles, mapleudids, uniconozoles, triazoles, choline chlorides. So these synthetic compounds also show the positive response under cold stress. Okay, also use of some antioxidants compounds like sodium benzoate, tyrosines, glutathione, ascorbate, tocopherols, diphenylalanine, propaglates. So these are the some antioxidant molecules or chemicals which act as a antioxidants, have role in the increased chilling stress tolerance. Okay, also there will be some approaches like development of transgenic plants, which also shows the better result in case of cold stress, like increased epigenetic resistance. Okay, somatic hybridization and increased omega-3 fatty acid desaturated gene. So these transgenic approaches show the good result under developing cold resistance. Okay, also there are some genes like PRO1, this is first one, PLD, phospholipase D, DRE, proline, genes related to the proline, aquaporins, sugar, fatty acid metabolin, antifreeze proteins, osmoctins, LIA protein, that is stress proteins, also show the positive response. Also genes responsible for the secondary messenger or the related to the signaling like kinase, phosphatase, calmodulins, protein 33, this also show the positive response under. Also the response of or increase overexpression of transcription factor like CUR78, RD29, 447, 415 ABC, CBF1, DRAB, ABC, DRE, MyV, SNAC2, NAC6, FAX, also CIPK related to the calcium transport, CDPK, also TPP related to the aquaporins. So these genes respond to the or overexpress and show the positive response or provide the chilling stress tolerance. Okay, so friend, this is very clear. So there are many way like physiological way, biochemical way and the molecular way to improve the cold tolerance, and so many genes which are responded to the cold stress, which can be increased for the cold resistance. Okay. Now come to the cold stress signaling. So friends, you know that cold stress there will be an increase in the calcium, and this calcium is an inducer of DRE and this CBF expression. Okay, so this calcium act as an inducer of this DRE and CBF. So this for the proteolysis of the CBFE, okay, and the phosphorylation of the this DRE. And when there will be a proteolysis and the phosphorylation process, then there will be an induction of DRE or CBF1 expression. So these are the major transcription factor responded to the cold stress. And then there will be a recognition of this sequence. Okay, this is known as myelocytomatosis recognition sequence. Okay, which induce the transcription factors. Okay, so when there will be a increase in the transcription factor, it increase the expression of genes and provide the cold tolerance. Okay, so friend, this is a signaling mechanism that cold stress increase the calcium, which induce the DRE and CBF expression, which is inactive. Earlier these are in inactive phase. Okay, when the calcium added to this transcription factor, they induce this is active DRE and CBF expression, and when this active increase the other transcription factors by add on the cis elements, and there will be a increase the expression of cold resistance genes, which are discussed in the last slides, and these genes increase the cold resistance. So very clear. So friend, this is about the today lecture. We have discussed that what is cold stress. We also discussed the different response or visual symptoms of the cold stress. Then we discuss about that how this cold stress mechanism. Then we also discuss about the membrane fluidity. Then we discuss about the cold resistance or tolerance mechanism and the signaling. Hope this lecture you understand, and thank you very much.